Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome back to my channel. I think I'm gonna create a new playlist that is going to be called Story Time with Mariana because I have so many stories um, that I can't say they're manifestations because I didn't do any techniques for them, right? But we do know everything is a manifestation. But these are things that have shifted or that I've had to stop and be like, what? Like, did that just happen? And I know it happened because of me. So this is gonna be the first one on this series, Story Time with Mariana, and this is about a courthouse. So I don't know if in your country you have to do something called jury duty. And this happened quite a few years ago. Back when I was living in the Bronx, New York. So, um, I got picked for jury duty. And of course, I didn't want to do jury duty because who does? Um, I think they pay you like $30 a day. And if you're working, so by law, if you're working and jury duty picks you, they have to give you the time off. But not every company pays you for the duration of your jury duty. So let's say, for example, if your employee pays you for 3 days, your full salary for 3 days, and your jury duty is for a month, then you're out of luck because you are basically gonna get paid after those 3 days $30 a day. And what is that gonna cover? Nothing. So I think this story is like a two-part story. So I didn't want to do jury duty. I had gotten out of doing jury duty a few times before. I would go and I would never get picked. So I said to myself, "Oh, I'm going to manifest not getting picked." And I was so um, I was so into the idea that I wasn't gonna get picked that I even went and scheduled an appointment the day after my jury duty because I wasn't gonna get picked. So I was gonna take the time to go to a doctor's appointment. So I didn't drop it. I kept on telling people and I kept on telling people, oh, but I'm not gonna get picked. But I'm not gonna get picked. I'm not gonna get picked. So the day comes and I go to the courthouse and I'm not gonna get picked. I'm not gonna get picked. I'm not gonna get picked. Lo and behold, 5 minutes before the jury duty session was over, 5 minutes before the end of the day, they called me. Um, why did I get picked? Because I kept on putting my energy into not getting picked. Kind of like when Neville says, you know, the going up the stair, the what is it, the staircase or the ladder, going up the ladder. You're going to imagine every night that you're going up the ladder, and during the day you're gonna say, I'm not gonna go up any ladder. I'm putting my energy into not getting picked, and what happened is that I ended up getting picked. And to make matters worse, I got picked as a grand juror for 30 days. Oh my God. So 30 days, basically a 9 to 5. I think I think they would let us out like around 3 p.m. So like 9 to 3, Monday through Friday. My job had agreed to pay me, I think like half, so I wouldn't lose so much money. But this is where the second manifestation comes in. So the first one was a negative manifestation. So this is when the other one comes in. So because I was living in the Bronx And the Bronx is a very violent neighborhood. As a grand juror, our job was to see like 20 cases a day and choose which cases were to go forward or which cases were to be dropped. So we had to push them forward, towards like more proceedings and then dismiss a few. When I tell you how traumatizing it was to hear all of these cases, it literally felt like I had a dark cloud over my head because there was so much pain. There was childhood abuse, there was sexual abuse against children, rape, all the nasty shit that you can imagine, stabbings, killings. I think I have blocked some of them. It got so bad, like some of us there would start crying. We would start crying with the victims. And it got so bad that I had to like go to therapy. And I would like tell the therapist, and he would like, his eyes would get red and he would be like, don't tell me anymore. It was so traumatizing. The energy in that room was so heavy because of all the atrocities that we had to hear about every freaking day. So that dropped my energy. That dropped my energy considerably. I was trying to do self-love. It wasn't coming up because it was like the pain from the people was radiating. It was so intense. There was video evidence for some of them. There was a girl that was gagged and taped. It was too much. It was too much for all of us there. And we were all suffering. We were all in pain. So I started doing certain things. I remember I bought like a coloring book. I went to the dollar store and I bought a coloring books of mermaids, and I bought like a box of crayons, and I would spread them across the table so that people could, as they're hearing stuff, try to distract themselves a little bit and use, that nervous energy to kind of paint and put the focus somewhere else to kind of like let the time pass a little bit faster. And I remember I was reading this book, actually, Prayer, the Art of Believing, while I was going to jury duty. And I remembered that I had recorded myself saying, I am love, I am loved. I am love, I am loved. I am love, I am loved. And I had like 3-4 recordings with different affirmations, and that was one of the ones that I had. I have another story coming where I use that same I am loved affirmation. And I used to try to listen to it as I was getting to jury duty. And then one day, I just forgot to turn it off. I forgot to turn it off. And I realized that it was playing very low. Like the volume was very low. It was inaudible for all of us. Like obviously if I would put the phone to my ear, I would hear it. But it was inaudible for anybody else there. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna turn it off. I'm gonna let it play, because what damage can that do? Well, I can tell you that first day that those 2 affirmations were playing on a loop, people started laughing across the room. And I immediately noticed that the energy shifted. The energy shifted. So I continued to do so every day. I think that was like, we were like on week 2.5 when I started putting it, letting other people hear it subconsciously, because they weren't hearing it consciously because the volume was very low. But I know the spoken word has power in itself, and the subconscious is always listening. So they didn't have to listen consciously or to even know what they were listening to. The subconscious would pick it up. And can I tell you that after a few days of that playing, we stopped getting really hard cases. We started getting cases that were lighter and lighter. They weren't as heavy. People would make jokes. We started going out to lunch together. There was even a few cases where we kept laughing because they were funny. It was like stuff about like marijuana and stuff, and the scenarios were so funny. It was like everything did a 360 by just letting those two affirmations play in the background. That is how powerful I am love is. Because I am certain I am love is more powerful than I am loved. Because I am love. Love is everything. And when you say I am loved, it's still sort of like expecting someone to love you. I am love is just divinity. And it shifted to such an extent, they started letting us go home earlier. And they actually even, we were supposed to do 30 days. I think we actually even finished everything before then. It was such a freaking shift. It was unbelievable. And yeah, the power of love, the power of love energy, the power of the spoken word, the power of the subconscious mind that is constantly listening. This is not a joke. This works. And that is story time for today. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope, I was like, I have to move out of the Bronx before I get picked for another jury duty. And I freaking moved. But I am always, as always, I'm there for you. If you need me to coach you, support you, my email's in the description box below. I love you guys, and until next time, bye.